I'm from Ryan Duffy's. My first memory of Roxanne was my third year, and there was a man coming down from the speakeasy pissing on the step, and I was out at the front door, and all I seen was this young woman running down the stairs, and Roxanne and Tina running behind him. "You little fucker! You're not gonna win this shit!" And they hauled him up the stairs and made that poor young boy clean up the pee. He went down the stairs just the wings of his wiener, and didn't get anybody seen anything. And yeah, that was my first impression with Roxanne. And it was amazing. And I'm standing there going, what the heck's going on? And of course, me being nosy, I gotta go see what she's happening. I ran upstairs, and sure enough, he was cleaning. But on a serious note, Roxanne actually for 10 years was my strength, my God-given strength. Things were rough in my life. Karina, there's an angel there, and the angel's watching over you. No offering. And she never ever judged me on my anger. Stephen Brisley would beat me down and beat me down and beat me down, and Roxanne would grab me and she would go. He used to scare the shit out of me too, Karina. He used to scare me too. It's okay. And I moved away and I came back. And I caused so much ruckus at Duffy's that I have a daughter, and I couldn't find a job when I came back from Calgary, and I called Rox. And I was like, Rox, I need a job. And everybody at Ryan Duffy's the managers didn't want to hire me. Roxanne stood up and told them all to go fuck themselves. And she was hiring me back. And she didn't care what any of them had to say. And she went to all the wait staff, which are my family, which actually ran Ryan Duffy's pretty much. And I was back on the floor. And she's like, she took me aside, and she's like, Karina, this is what they said. I believe it. People change, and I believe you've had a rough go with things, and you're ready to move forward. And this is your chance. And I told you the angel would always be there watching over you. So I was at Duffy's for a few more years, and she had left by that point, went to Fisherman's Market. I went back out to Calgary. I was out there for a long time. I don't know if Butch remembers this, but she got a phone call in the middle of the evening from Calgary. Where's Butch at?
I'm here.
Just stay.
I remember that call.
You remember that?
I remember the call. Yeah,
she got a call from me. And I was in hysterics, and my daughter just moved back home. I was like, Roxy, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? She said, you get your fucking ass on a plane and you get the fuck back home.
That's right. That's what she told you.
That's what I did.
Words.
And the regret I have right now, honestly, is I knew she was sick and I didn't ask how sick. And I feel in my heart, I know that she loves me and she understands, but there's a part of my heart that's tugging because I didn't ask. And see, I can't talk, I can't hug, I can't tell her how much she meant to me. But she really, 10 years was my angel. And always believed in everything about me, my daughter, and I guess that's all I have to say.
Your angel's still there. Okay, who's next?
Roxanne, her hair is always premature silver. And I had longer hair. I have no hair now, but I had longer hair. We had a similar cut. And I said, Roxanne, why don't you dye your hair dark brown? Let's just see. So she did it. And from the back, we looked identical. We were like sisters. We would hit Thackeray's every Friday night. And it was always like blinking at the bar. And Roxanne said, have you ever seen 4 nicer brown eyes? And the drinks would come. And we lived not far from each other in the south end of Halifax. And I learned so much from Roxanne, like after doing, I don't know, 10 shots in the bar, how to make angels in the snow at like 3 in the morning. Corned beef and cabbage, so many memories. She was a sweetheart. And then I moved to Dresden Row and rented an apartment, a basement flat from this lady, who in fact became Michaela's grandmother. Roxanne had met the father of Michaela, while I was living there. And then many years have passed. Roxanne and I were the kind of friends, as you said earlier, Carolyn, it can be months before you see each other. You kind of go your own ways, but we always picked up wherever we left off. Roxanne and I were a shuffleboard team for the Thirsty Duck. I don't sing, but I'm going to sing this cheer because that's what I was.
I'm Catherine, and I'm here with my partner Kara and my daughter Jessie. And a lot of you, sorry, I didn't think I would cry. Happy tears, Rox, happy tears. A lot of you have known Roxanne for a very long time, and you have all of these awesome stories and whatnot. Well, 2009, we sold the house and we packed the car, and there's an ocean, and we also heard that the people are really nice. So we drove across the country, and we had 2 days to find an apartment, and did we ever luck out, because we moved into that Bedford apartment. And the day that the truck came with all of the stuff, I was standing down and Kara was up on the balcony, and Butch came in. I remember you came walking by, and shortly after Roxanne did, after a day of work, because she always used to walk from the apartment down to Fisherman's Market. So, needless to say, that was probably the best introduction to Halifax that we could have. It was meeting this amazing couple who loved each other like all of us hope to have. And so when you get to see that kind of love, that's pretty amazing. Because we're telling some funny stories. So we're from the West, we don't have oceans. So I said to Roxanne, where do I go to have a lobster supper? Like what's the best restaurant to have a lobster? And she said, I don't know, because I cook them myself. To which I replied, what? You do it in your own home? I can't understand that. So she actually asked coworkers, and they suggested 3 different restaurants, and we tried it out. And then another time too, I decided I would try cooking up fish, and went and got some fresh fish and decided to pick up a beer batter mix as well. And went home and got everything all ready, and then we realized doesn't drink alcohol, and Roxanne and I, well, we drink red wine. And so I didn't have beer, and thought, oh, now what do we do? So we called Roxanne, and she said, yeah, Butch will give you a beer. Why didn't you think that you needed a beer when it said beer batter mix on the package? But we're going to blame being from a landlocked province on that. But ultimately, she was our go-to gal for everything. She was our Avon lady in the apartment building. We ran out of sugar or milk when our fridge went on the fritz, and we had to wait for someone to repair it. She says, I have a freezer, bring all your stuff up. So we packed everything up and went up to Rox and Butch's. We were able to go over a number of times. We celebrated her birthday at Chinese food. We did that a couple of times, and we were just really, really blessed to have her in our lives. And after 2 years, we bought a home here. And unfortunately, we didn't see each other as often, but we were always in contact via Facebook or via telephone or via text. And just like you, Karina, as well, we wish we would have gotten there sooner. We didn't realize actually how it was. And when we went to the hospital, she was, of course, not very well at all. But I know that you don't have to worry. She's forgiven all of us who maybe didn't ask. And I know that she's watching this and having a really great time. So we just wanted to share our stories of how amazing, amazing this non-judgmental and completely loving person was, because she really made a difference to what Halifax means to us. So thank you.
Thank you, Catherine. There's a book there that I guess everybody got to sign before they leave. Okay, someone else want to say something?
I'll say something.
Butch got something. Okay, there we go. I remember when I met Roxanne.
Once a week, if you didn't call for 2 years, you were still friends. And I was just saying to one of her friends who I just met, Marion, that the thing about Roxanne is that every single memory I have of her is a happy one. Every single one makes me smile. I do not have one bad memory of my time with her. There's never been a harsh word that's been exchanged between us. She never judged you. She always accepted you no matter what. She went with the flow, and you just had fun all the time. And I can't even say that about my kids or my parents. So I think that's a really remarkable trait. And when I was trying to describe Roxanne a few years ago to a new coworker of mine, the best word I could come up with was, she's groovy. She was groovy. And I too believe, in the laws of physics, and that the amount of the energy in the universe stays constant. And I do believe that Roxanne's energy lives in each and every one of us. And for me, I smile every day of having had the privilege to have her in my life, because I have a lot of friends who don't know her and never met her and never had the same kind of privilege that I did. And so my funny story that I'll share with you about Roxanne, because I have lots of them, was probably about 10 years ago maybe. Roxanne was living on Olivet Street in a high-rise apartment, and she wanted to move. She was going to move down the street to another building on Olivet Street. So I said, yeah, sure, I'm happy to help you move. No problem. Well, she was moving. I said, do you have a truck rented? No. We're going to use shopping carts. I shit you not. Like, I'm a 40-year-old woman, she's a 50-year-old woman, and we're moving with shopping carts. We moved, and finally when it came time to move the mattresses, I said, Roxanne, for the love of God, and the bed, and the couch, please, can we get a truck? But she really was the most determined woman, and never looked at anything negatively. And yeah, she took everything in stride. You know what? To hell with it. That's the way we're going to move. And we moved, and we got the apartment moved. And when she said she was leaving Olivet Street and moving out to Bedford, I said, we are not using shopping carts to move all the way out there. And I know y'all have stories like that about Roxanne. I have lots of them, and I really, again, just feel very blessed and privileged to have had her as a friend for so many years.
Anyway, guys, there's some food and stuff there, and we got a bunch of pictures of Roxanne later, if anybody wants to see them. She used to be a professional model back in the day, if I'm not mistaken. Enjoy your day. Thank you.
Roxanne always gets what she wants. Right? She picked me out of this social club that we were all discussing on things there, and she said, I want that guy, and that guy's mine. And when I had spoke to her, I said, she was quite a bit older than I was. She was like 6 years older than I was. I said, I've never dated anybody older than me, I don't know about this. And I said, I'm kind of scared to come down there and meet you, really. But anyways, so I did come down and meet her. And when I got off the airport and I saw this beautiful lady, I thought, years don't mean nothing. Years don't mean nothing. I can't wait to get you home, I said. And anyways, and she kept always correcting me when I was here in Halifax, because I've never seen the ocean. And I kept saying to her when she took me across the McKay Bridge, my God, I said, you guys got one big river? And she said, that's not a river, honey, that's an ocean. And I kept saying it over and over, and I called it a river, right? Because I was her Perry's stubble boy, right? But, oh my God, she has showed me so many memories in life, and I can see she's touched everybody's heart here, and she would sure appreciate you guys being here for her. And all I can say is she will be missed, but she's still here with us, right? And her memories will keep going on with us, and she's in all our hearts. Thank you guys for coming out.
Who's next? Come on, don't be shy. I've done it. They've done it. I remember saying that.
Yeah,